Hey everybody, I'm praying that everybody's having a blessed, peaceful, and prosperous day. Don't mind me, I'm in my closet. I just wanted to get on here and share something that happened today that has been a blessing to me and my family. So I want to say, don't mind the background. Like I say, I'm in my closet, and we are still in the process of getting situated here in this apartment that the Lord has blessed us with. Anywho, so about 2 years ago, the Lord, I would say back like 23, like near the end of 2023, the Lord had told me to homeschool my my soon to be 12-year-old. Well, he'll be 12 in November, but the Lord had told me to homeschool him. And I remember my mother-in-law was sending me. She was being a help. She was being helpful. She was trying to send me schools because the Lord had told us to surrender our apartment that we was living in due to a whole bunch of stuff that was going on. We fell behind in rent and everything. And so the Lord had put it in our hearts to surrender our apartment before we got too deep into it, and for us to move in with my mom and my sister. So in the process of doing all of that, we moved back to, we're originally from Baltimore, Maryland. And so we moved back to Baltimore from Howard County. And I was going to put my youngest son in school like up the street from where we were staying. But every time I tried to, or any of the schools that my mother-in-law suggested, anytime I tried to do that, I would get like convicted. Like the Lord would not let me move forward with it. And then I was like, well, Lord, what do you want me to do? And he basically put it in my heart for me to pull him from school and to start homeschooling him. And so my son had an IEP and everything, and I was just like, I don't know how to do this homeschooling stuff. And so I would say fast forward, I did it for 2 years, his fourth and fifth grade year. And in the process, we had moved. We had our apartment that the Lord blessed, another apartment the Lord blessed us with, and then for a year, and then the Lord told us to move out here in Ohio. And in the process of us doing that, we went through a wilderness season where we was living in a hotel for like 8 months. And in the process of that going on, I was still homeschooling. And in the beginning of this month, August the 1st, is when, we moved into our apartment that the Lord, blessed us with, our second apartment the Lord blessed us with. And so we've been here, and then it seemed like since we've been in our new season, we out of the wilderness, the Lord is allowing us to go back to a lot of things that we used to partake in. Like he told us to be vegan for a year, and then he okayed us maybe like a few days being here in this apartment to go back to eating meat. He let me know it's okay for my son to go back to school, and I was like, okay, so he is allowing us to go back to do certain things, not everything. And one of those reasons I believe is because of the type of mindsets that we have now versus the mindsets we had back then. The mindsets we had back then wasn't where he wanted us to, where he didn't want us to be. And so he grew us within those 2 year period. So therefore, within the 2 year period of my son, especially my son being in homeschooling everything, and making sure he has a relationship with the Lord, making sure he knows him, making sure he knows certain things that, the Lord is pleased with and the Lord isn't pleased with. So therefore, when he go back to school, he's equipped, spiritually and mentally, of being aware of certain things. But fast forward to today, we went to go to the school that he will be going to. He's a sixth grader now. And the school is like wonderful. We'll be able to get him back on having an IEP, having extra help in the classroom. The teachers are wonderful and nice. The school is nice. And found out that they have extra curriculums that he is so excited about. Found out they have a dinosaur club. My son is a huge dinosaur fan. They have a dinosaur club that meets like 4 times throughout the year. He'll be able to show them his arts and crafts skills on how he make his, his creations. And his YouTube channel, he has a YouTube channel where he does like a stop and go video, but it's like you take pictures of whatever, and it's kind of sort of turned into like a movie, like a flip book kind of sort of, but not like a flip book, but with pictures. And so he'll be able to, you know, show that talent. And they was just so friendly and let him know like there's other kids at the school that was just like him. And so he is super excited. First he was a little bit like in between because he's so used to being with me for like the past 2 years, but then now towards where he's like super excited to go back to school. And I'm super excited because he's going to get the help. I love the environment. I love it out here where the Lord moved us at. I love the new school. It's a blessing. And I just want to say, when the Lord is leading you to do something, do it, because it's a lot better than what we think we want or we know. And I know there's more stuff in store that the Lord is going to show us along the way. And so it just got to be patient and wait. One of the things I'm waiting for him to bless us on is our business. Still trying to, you know, move that. I feel like it's some other things attached, some things we might have to break off, some things we might have to pray against, because that's what we had to do to get this apartment. We had to warn the spirit for this apartment. So I know for a fact we got to warn the spirit for our business. And so I just wanted to get on here and share that little update. It's something I'm super excited. I already thank God for, you know, what he's done, what he's doing in my family's life, especially from my kids who I am giving back to him. And my son is definitely coming up that age where I'm going to have to surrender him, just like I did my now 16-year-old, where I'm had to surrender my 12-year-old to the Lord. And so, and I don't have no regrets for that. I'm actually excited about giving my kids back to the Lord, do my part, and then give them back to him, and then just keep them in prayer, keep them covered. And so that's all I want to say. Everybody have a blessed, peaceful, and prosperous day.